म्यूट पे वेलकम बैक टू चेसिंग द टारगेट। ओह माह, बहुत ज्यादा क्रिकेट आने वाला है। कल आज भी काफी क्रिकेट था। लॉट ऑफ बीबीएल एक्शन था। ऐसे T20 अपना फट्टा क्लासन मार दिया वहां पे। आई थिंक 60 कुछ मारा। वेरी गुड इनिंग्स। वो सब आप म्यूट पे थे, आप अनम्यूट हो गए क्या?
Yeah, can you hear me?
यस, लाउड एंड क्लियर।
Yeah,
आई
yeah.
डोंट नो बट आई कैन।
I mean, today Henrik has played a crazy innings. वो देख रहा था मैं आज, and now they're playing in the qualifier, Big Bash में. और कल 3 मैच है. कल इंडिया, अफगानिस्तान, there's West Indies, Australia, and there's Pakistan, New Zealand. So there's 3 matches to look forward to. Pat Cummins का भी press conference था. They're looking forward to that series. अब I think it'll be one-sided, of course. I think you also think that. West Indies में है उनके पास कीमा, रोच, अल्जारी, जोसेफ.
Test maybe, but T20 में you can always expect West Indies कुछ तो भी कर जाएंगी. I mean, but in the recent times जो भी West Indies आप देखे, it looks like a good squad, but their politics in the board is the biggest problem. वही एक
Yeah, I
मसला
mean T20 तो I'll always give them a chance, मगर टेस्ट में भाई ऑस्ट्रेलिया में किसी को भी चांस देना बहुत मुश्किल है.
exactly.
वो भी वेस्ट इंडीज, पाकिस्तान, these guys have been struggling overall. तो टेस्ट मैचेस में I'll be very surprised if West Indies produce something, but they do have talented players. You know, ये ब्रैथवेट इन लोग अगर टिक के खेल सकते हैं तो ठीक है. चंद्र पॉल का भी क्या सीन है, I don't know, but if they can फाइट इट आउट विल बी गुड, बट बहुत मुश्किल है मेरे हिसाब से. न्यूजीलैंड का पाकिस्तान के खिलाफ, पाकिस्तान का टीम भी अनाउंस हो गया. उसमें वसीम जूनियर भी आ गया. आई थिंक मोहम्मद नवाज आ गया इन प्लेस ऑफ उसामा मीर एंड आमिर जमाल. I think because of bowling, Amir Jamal been getting hit a bit. That's why they've gone with Wasim Junior, trying to strengthen the bowling. Lekin I felt that bowling did decently well in the last game, agar batting has let them down. So batting पे उन लोगों को focus करना पड़ेगा. It's good to see Azam Khan is still being backed, but there will be a time where they'll have to try out other players also, especially in the next 2-3 T20s इसके बाद जो है. तो अब ये मैच थोड़ा जल्दी है. I think it's not going to be. It's going to be like
5:30 in the morning. It's going to be very early.
तो डे मैच है मेरे हिसाब से, right?
Yes, डे मैच है. सागर जी हेलो बोल रहे. हेलो सागर जी, कैसे हैं आप? एंड आई मीन आज एक और स्लाइट हिंट तो नहीं, मतलब फिर भी ऋषभ पंत आए थे एनसीए से बैंगलोर के ट्रेनिंग सेशन में प्रेजेंस फील कराने, कि भाई मैं भी हूँ. तो इंडिकेशन तो नहीं बोल सकते उसको, बट he's in and around the scenes of the Indian team. It's good to see him on walking and coming in a training session and stuff like that. That's one more option that is probably creeping up in India's mind कि ऋषभ पंत भी रहेंगे. Possibility अगर, but I still मेरे हिसाब से I don't feel कि ऋषभ पंत will make it. Even he won't walk into it directly, I think, because there are a few more people there who've been playing along, like Ishan Kishan and stuff. So I just feel like if they do that, then it'll be a little bit of a problem.
If he won't be fit. If he's fit, then he walks into any team. मतलब खुला डोर है उसके लिए, but I don't think he'll be fit enough. अभी तो उन्हें शुरू करा ट्रेनिंग. अगर आप देखें आज जिम शुरू करा, he was doing. I mean, he's been doing gym for a while, but now he looks like he's getting into the zone. But it'll take him, I think, थोड़ा सा टाइम लगेगा उसको to get into full fitness. उसको IPL पे खेलना है, and then probably aim towards the end of the year to make an India comeback. He has to be fully fit, and then we'll have to see how he's picking up, how he's keeping. उस हिसाब से फिर उन लोग देखेंगे, because it's a different type of injury, right? It's a freak accident, तो वो time लगेगा. They'll have to ease him. I mean, it's not fair on him more than anything else, because इतना बड़ा एक्सीडेंट के बाद एकदम से आप वर्ल्ड कप खिला रहे, तो आई थिंक उस पे
मुश्किल भी है. आई थिंक सागर भाई बोले दोस्त, एक बात याद रख लेना, मैं माय फ्रेंड के रोहित शर्मा के बुलाने से तूफानी पारी, लाइक he'll go to score big in tomorrow's match बोल रहे उन्होंने. देखेंगे. आई मीन रोहित शर्मा को तो देखो भाई, कभी भी कुछ भी कर सकते हैं. उनकी जो काबिलियत है, दैट इज व्हाट द बेस्ट थिंग अबाउट हिम, कि वो बंदा कभी आउट ऑफ फॉर्म दिखता नहीं है. 10 इनिंग्स के अंदर ही अंदर कुछ ऐसे 30-20 का कंट्रीब्यूशन उनके तरफ से आ जाता कि आपको लगता कि नहीं भाई, इट्स जस्ट लाइक उनकी जो कभी कभी डिसमिसल्स भी है, इट्स वेरी पोर. पर्टिकुलरली जो बॉल अंदर आती है या पुल करने जाके टॉप एज, ये मोस्टली यही आपको डिसमिसल्स दिखते रोहित शर्मा के लिए. इसलिए उनको कभी बंदा आउट ऑफ फॉर्म नहीं दिखता. बट या लास्ट T20 बिफोर द वर्ल्ड कप फॉर इंडिया, नॉट IPL बोल रहा हूं मैं, बट फॉर इंडिया एटलीस्ट, रोहित विराट, यू थिंक दे विल बी एबल टू गेट बिग स्कोर्स
tomorrow? I mean, RCB Chinnaswamy में है. विराट कोहली knows the ground inside out. And he's playing a different type of wing. I don't know if they'll get a big score, but you'll see some entertainment. I mean, Rohit Sharma is due a big score in T20 cricket. अब देखे पिछले 2-3 साल IPL को भी अगर आप मिला लिए, तो he hasn't scored really big. I think the last knock I remember was in 2021 दुबई में जो IPL final था, वहां पे उन्हें 60-70 मारा. Apart from that, I don't remember him scoring really big. So he's due a big score, Rohit Sharma. But the way he's playing, इट लुक्स लाइक 15-20 बॉल का है, मगर उन्हें 20 बॉल भी खेले तो 50 मार सकता, तो आई लुक फॉरवर्ड टू दैट। विराट कोहली भी जिस तरीके से बैटिंग करा पिछले गेम में, जो रिस्क ले रहा था, जो छक्के चौके मार रहा था, आई रियली लाइक दैट इंटेंट, एंड इट्स वेरी क्लियर कि भाई they are up for this new challenge ki they're going to play attacking cricket. They're not going to build in innings, because Virat Kohli in any format will look to build in innings and play that when, especially in a chase chasing 160 170, he can definitely build innings, but I think the management has said ki bhai aap attacking cricket khelna hai, so us hisab se Virat Kohli is playing some aggressive cricket, and maybe that'll lead to a big score hopefully, but their intent and their style of play has completely changed now for this next few months.
या बिल्कुल आई थिंक एंड या वही है ना कि भाई T20 में से तो काफी टाइम आउट ही थे दोनों, बट रोहित लाइक यू सेड विराट कोहली से तो आप एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हो कि आईपीएल में वो भी उनका प्रदर्शन फैंटास्टिक रहा है, ही इज बीन मोस्ट कंसिस्टेंट विद फाफ एट द टॉप जो तरीके से रन्स बना रहे थे, बट रोहित शर्मा का तो भाई उनको नंबर 4 खिलाया कभी कभी आईपीएल में, एंड थोड़े बहुत उनकी पोजीशन इधर उधर करते गए, बट अभी जो वर्ल्ड कप में फॉर्म पिकअप करा है उससे उम्मीद ज्यादा बढ़ गई थी उनसे, एंड अभी भी है, बट वही वी जस्ट हैव टू वेट एंड सी कि कल करते क्या है, बट मोर और लेस डू यू फील लाइक दे हैव अ कोर टीम at least India for the World Cup in their
Yeah, I
mind?
think they're probably just waiting on Surya Kumar and Hardik Pandya, magar and then the fast bowlers will come in. I think there will be some changes, लेकिन अगर आप ये देख करंट टीम में से, I think 3-4 तो 4-5 भी पक्के हैं, आप अगर देखें like this guy Jaiswal, Rohit, Virat Kohli, and then probably Kuldeep Yadav, Akshar Patel. These guys are probably will be in that 11, or at least in the squad. And then you will see the comeback. I don't know if Jadeja will make a comeback, but Bumrah will probably come back. Siraj will come back. So there is a few changes that we will see. मगर अब टेस्ट सीरीज भी है तो इसलिए उन लोग को रेस्ट करा रहे हैं फास्टर बॉलर्स को, सो बट इट्स गुड दैट दीस गाइस आर आल्सो गेटिंग अ चांस। उन लोग को भी तैयार कर रहे हैं कि भाई अगर इंजरी हुई है 5 सीरीज में तो आपके पास है ऑप्शंस, राइट? यू हैव समवन लाइक अ शिव दुबे कमिंग आउट, यू हैव समवन लाइक अ अर्शदीप, you have somebody like a Mukesh Kumar, आपके पास options है who played T20 cricket in the recent past. There's two ways to look at it. One is कि भैया Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma didn't play for 1 year and they're suddenly in. The other way is that you've prepared a good squad where you have options in case there are injuries.
I think a selection committee ka most positive thing what you just said is like they're preparing backups better than the past, right? I think at least what I feel. I know it looks very unfair jab like a Rahul and Shreyas come back from injuries of 8-6 months in places of people who've been performing there consistently. It is not performing but playing consistently. But I think वही है कि भाई opportunity is ऐसी आ रही कि आप एक backup prepare कर रहे एंड प्लेयर को भी शायद इत्तला या बता दे रहे कि भाई आप डोंट गेट अहेड ऑफ योरसेल्फ जस्ट बिकॉज़ यू आर प्लेइंग these 2 people or 3 people whoever are out, you're just trying to be a backup in case they don't make it to the big setup maybe. So that's something I feel like they're doing better at least now, Ajit Agarkar and team.
Also, there is something that these guys have done which is allowing them to come back into the team. So maybe there's like KL Rahul, for example, there was a period where he was scoring everywhere in the world, whether it was New Zealand, South Africa, Shiva Sayyar, West Indies mein, India mein, against spin, he was lethal, he was scoring hundreds also. So they've scored consistently and that's allowing them. Whereas the people who have gotten, apart from maybe like Ishan Kishan and Sanju Samson, haven't really broken down the door. Even Sanju Samson, to that matter of fact, has been a bit inconsistent. But yeah, you're right. Ki, like, look, selection mein to inconsistency hai, but also injuries don't help. Also, availability doesn't help. Abhi, if Rishabh Pant was fully fit, we wouldn't be talking about a wicket keeper. We wouldn't be talking about KL Rahul keeping wickets in any form. Right? वो भी ये चीजें help नहीं होते. But yes, this adds to the confusion and adds to the unsureness of the selection. They don't give them assurance कि भैया ये player हमारा रहेगा पूरा साल के लिए. There is performance is taken into consideration and there is recency bias also. अब KL Rahul 50 over में खेला, लेकिन that is going to be considered now going to the T20 World Cup. Now if he plays well in the test matches and the IPL, then there is a chance that he gets selected. That I don't agree with that, but there is a chance.
Yeah, there is a chance. I mean, because वही problem है कि भाई that's where the only issue I have is Ishan Kishan should have played these 2-3 matches, but I don't know, he didn't set himself up available. अब वो problems क्या है उसके life में we don't know, but Ishan Kishan ultimately for me is the first wicket keeper because he has been playing most consistently. 6 months से at least June to December whatever he was available. He played thick and through thick and thin. He whenever he was not selected also he showed up to practice and stuff. KL Rahul came back from an injury, became a wicket keeper overnight. Nobody knew that he was going to wicket keep. They turned him into a wicket keeper. Now there are rumors that he'll not be wicket keeping in the England series. He'll be a batter, and the wicket keeper will probably be KS Bharat because of it being a ranked run, right? So still that doesn't give you like complete assurance of KL Rahul, but maybe if he performs in the IPL the first 5 matches, then and that's again where he's going to bat. If he's going to bat five and going to act like an opener, then it becomes more tougher on him. He needs to start hitting the big sixes,
Yeah,
which
वही बात है.
I don't see he's like a batsman like that.
Yeah, he's going to like he's traditionally in the IPL opened the batting. That's why Lucknow picked him as an opening batter. लेकिन because India team में अभी जगह नहीं है, especially with Rohit Sharma coming back, you have Jaiswal, then Shubman Gill waiting in the wings. मगर अभी मेरे को ऐसा लग रहा है कि शुभमन गिल might not even get selected for the World Cup. ऐसा like अभी अगर सूर्या वापस आ गया, हार्दिक वापस आ गया, आप उसको कहाँ खिलाएंगे? You can keep Virat Kohli as a backup opener. I mean, Virat Kohli will be in the 11, but if you need an opener, he can open also. So then where will this guy fit in the team? That's another.
That's a very big question because
he's played the World Cup, WTC, he's played everything, and now उस पे सवाल उड़ गया कि भैया इन्हें World Cup खेलेंगे या नहीं. I'm not sure about it. I don't know about you.
No, so that's the thing. Ab competition बढ़ गया with Jaiswal and Ruturaj and stuff like that. I think he needs to understand that. Opportunity I don't think कल भी मिलेंगी उसको unless they drop Shivam Dube or someone and get him inside of there, or not Shivam Dube but maybe someone else, because Tilak also didn't do a lot wrong. 23 runs jo mara, he hit good runs. Shubman Gill also didn't do a lot wrong, but he got the captain run out. So it's a very hard question now because opening में इतने लोग भर गए and Rohit and Virat add to that top order, so it does make life difficult for selection. But वही है कि it is again backups बना रहे हैं. आगे आप maybe उनको बोल देंगे कि अगर आपको drop कर रहे हैं तो maybe this is Rohit and Virat's last, so we want them to go and you probably can take it from next year onwards.
Yeah, and I think one thing that we have to also understand is that there's going to be players that we wanted who are not in the team, and we'll say, "Bhai, usko kyun nahi diya mauka, kyun nahi mauka?" But what you have to understand is, jo bhi 11 utregi, it's still a very good 11, and those guys should perform. It's more about them performing rather than the people missing out. Why didn't they play? Because so many times आप ये देख लो 50 ओवर वर्ल्ड कप में आप मेन टीम खिला रहे थे, फिर भी आप फाइनल हार गए, एंड देयर इज नो एक्सक्यूजेस. अरे इन्हें क्यों नहीं खेला, उन्हें नहीं, आप 11 खिला रहे थे जो स्ट्रांग थी. Hardik was not available, but whoever was,
it didn't make a difference. Yeah, Hardik nahi rehna bhi, it didn't make a difference.
I mean, he cleared it. Like in the 6-7 games, Hardik's presence was not you didn't missed. Feel it. His absence, sorry, was not missed. तो उस हिसाब से आपको जो भी 11 है, you have to have the confidence कि भाई this is a good 11 and they have to perform. Now whether that's Shubman Gill opening the batting or Jaiswal, they need to say कि भैया हम selected है because we're talented, we have to perform. And if they don't perform, then you start remembering Samson, you start remembering KL Rahul will also be remembered. If Jitesh doesn't perform or Sanju Samson doesn't perform, you'll say भाई KL Rahul को क्यों नहीं खिलाए World Cup में. So it's about the 11 getting it together. This has not been India's comfortable format. Agar aap dekhe, I still don't put them in the top 4 in terms of teams on paper. They might make the top 4, but they're not in the top 4. I would rate England better team, Australia better team, New Zealand, Pakistan, and I would say they're competing with South Africa for the 5th spot. That's how I keep India in T20 cricket. Agar aap dekhe, but it can be easily changed if these guys live up to their reputation. If Virat Kohli lives up to a Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, and one thing which we missed last time around was someone like a Bumrah and like a proper leg spinner. We didn't have that. We had played. Chahal खेला ही नहीं, आप उसको बिठा के रखे. अगर आप सही कॉम्बिनेशन खिलाएंगे, मगर दे आल्सो ठीक है, मैं ये बोल सकता हूँ कि अश्विन इज आल्सो अ गुड प्लेयर, ही शुड हैव डन वेल, बट you play a leg spinner, you play a fast bowler like Bumrah, and then batsman, then you should have no excuse. You should go out and win it.
Which is what happened in the 50 over format, because we had a leg spinner, we had Bumrah also, but we still managed to lose, and also in conditions which are like our conditions, right? It's not even like, and Ahmedabad is like a flatter surface, but that surface was broken. I don't know क्या हो गया था, एकदम से flat road बन गया था.
आपको कभी-कभी रुकते हुए भी बॉल आएगा अगर if it's a slow pitch, then it doesn't really suit your batting, but आपको adjust करना पड़ेगा, आपको रन निकालना पड़ेगा, आपके bowlers को भी adjust करना पड़ेगा. They'll have to adjust the line length, the flight, the speed of the delivery, because there will be different pitches and they'll have to understand that. And look, the reason why I put Pakistan there as well is because they play leagues also. So
Unpredictable. Yeah.
CPL,
Acha.
they understand West Indies conditions more than a lot of people. They play CPL
Yeah.
every year. आप देखो शादाब भी खेलता, वहाँ पे आजम खान रहता, Amir is not there, but he's also plays. All these guys play, so they understand how they play day in day out in the West Indies every year. So they understand conditions. So the Indians, you can say the professional, they can go and adapt, but it's about replicating that performance on the big stage. और मेंटल गेम भी रहता भाई, आप कितने के बार देखे कि इंटेंट रहता रहता फिर एकदम से फाइट नहीं दिखता आपको, एकदम से सब शल में आ जाते या विकेट चले जाती या एंड ऑफ द डे विक्ट्री नहीं आ रही, द विन इज नॉट कमिंग.
या अब लास्ट टाइम अगर आप वेस्ट इंडीज में देखो जो सीरीज हुई हार गए थे अपन T20 एंड अपने को मारे कौन थे, लाइक शे होप वाज हिटिंग रन्स एंड लाइक जेसन होल्डर आके जिता दिया था, समथिंग लाइक दैट इज व्हाट वाज हैपनिंग. हाँ
3-2 या कुछ ऐसा था, राइट?
2-1 I think ना, three match थे or something like that, or maybe 3-2, you're right, something like that. Maybe by one we lost by one match, but yeah, that's what it is. Like we were not keeping runs, and Rohit Sharma एक match, like again we played incredible, but the fact that like you said in the course of a tournament और जब knockout का अगर situations आता था, that's where India is the most problematic, right? वहाँ पे that is where I think like with this World Cup विराट कोहली, रोहित शर्मा should understand कि group stage छोड़ दो, बच्चे निकाल लेंगे. जो सेमीफाइनल्स या ग्रुप स्टेज या सुपर 8 12 जो भी रहने वाला है, that is where we have to perform. That is where like you have to come in, like what you said about Pat Cummins and like Stark and stuff like that. They'll win you the match. That mentality I think needs to come with India. That ये जो बच्चों की लीग है, जो ग्रुप स्टेजेस रहते हैं, इंडिया चलो इंडिया पाकिस्तान छोड़ दो, यूएस कनाडा जो भी आप खेलने वाले हैं, वो सब लाइट ले लो. जब नॉकआउट का टाइम आता, आपका एक्सपीरियंस यूज करके you have to calm the
नहीं, मगर उसमें फर्क क्या है मालूम, इन लोग जो है if they lose, right, उन लोग दिल पे नहीं लेते equally. ऑस्ट्रेलिया they look to win, but if they lose they don't. हमारे पास प्रेशर बहुत रहता कि भाई हार नहीं सकते. अब देखो, you rate Pat Cummins highly as a captain. Aaron Finch, would you rate him highly? He won a T20 World Cup also. So you can rate anybody highly, but it's about the whole team and the mentality of the team, right? Aaron Finch के बारे में उतना नहीं बोलते लोग, because he failed in the last T20 World Cup, but he's still a T20 World Cup winning captain. It's the mahal that they have. It's the system that you create. Like as a captain, if you see, you can have mostly it's, if you're a very good captain, you have a 60-40 percentage. It's not like 100% winning. MS Dhoni won the T20 World Cup in 2007. Right, then he won the 11 World Cup. He won the 13 Champions Trophy. But what about in between? 2009 he lost the T20 World Cup. 2010 he lost the T20 World Cup. 2012 he lost the T20 World Cup. 2014 he lost the T20 World Cup, and 2016 he lost the T20 World Cup. So what is that? It's still a 40-60 ratio. He's lost a lot of series also. So, but we still consider him a class captain because when it mattered, he won those trophies. But if you see as a ratio, a captain, it's not going to always be perfect. You're going to have Aaron Finch won one T20, he lost one. He won one T20, he lost one T20 World Cup. Now Pat Cummins equally can lose this T20 World Cup, but that doesn't make them a bad team or anything.
I think it's just Pat Cummins. What he did in 1 year, right? So I think that's more impactful. But I understand, like when you come on the ground, it's 0 for 0 and it's all odds are in favor of each team.
The captain is always as good as his team. His team is backing him up, and you have to credit Pat Cummins. I'm not taking any way credit, but equally you have to credit Aaron Finch. You have to credit Dhoni. You have to credit Michael Clark also won the World Cup, right, for Australia. That's the thing. I think now, we used to blame Virat Kohli's captaincy, me too. Like it is part of it, but it's also the team that he's playing with. The make a decision. A decision is 50-50, but it's also about the execution of that player. That is also important. So it's a mixture of things. I'm not saying captaincy.
No, I think it comes to the fact, जैसा आप बोले responsibility जैसा आप देते प्लेयर को, right? आप बोल दो मैं 4 ओवर आपको दे रहा हूँ, आप ये 4 ओवर में कुछ भी कर लो, ये आपके ऊपर है. But you're our, like Bumrah, that's Bumrah. Why I love Bumrah is because of the responsibility that he takes in those 4 overs. Either he saves runs for his team or he gets wickets for his team. Nothing else. तो जो responsibility आप as a player आपको मालूम हो जाता है आपका रोल क्या है डिफाइन. लाइक विराट कोहली का मालूम है भाई, मैं जब ग्राउंड पे हूँ चेस करना है, मेरे को रन्स कहीं से निकाल के ये गेम को ऐसे ट्रेजेक्टरी पे लाने का है कि यहाँ से मेरी टीम जीत सके अगर मैं हूँ या नहीं हूँ. Right? So that's very important for me, that whatever responsibility you're given, you have to fulfill that. And that's what India probably lacks is like, अरे भाई role definition नहीं है कि कौन क्या कर रहे हैं. Hardik Pandya has to be a finisher by now, but he's not a finisher. Clearly, Shivam Dube is a better finisher right now than him, right? And like Rohit Sharma and Virender Sehwag, they were given, भाई, you just be impactful in the first 10 overs. Like आप मार के power play में मुंडा फोड़ दो. That is what responsibility that they've given. निभाया. रोहित शर्मा तो लास्ट मैच तक कोई निभाया. चलो आउट होने का स्टाइल नहीं देख सकते उसका, बिकॉज उसका रोल वही है कि भाई उसको शुरुआत में बॉलर्स का कॉन्फिडेंस तोड़ देने का है. एंड दैट्स व्हाट इट इज. एंड सेम इन ऑस्ट्रेलिया. इफ लुक, ट्रेविस हेड वाज सेम. लैबुशेन को बोले थे भाई तू रुक के खेल, तेरा यही पर्सोना है, तू रुक के खेल. तो वो जो रोल डिफाइन होता है, जो जैसा बोले निभाना उन लोगों पे है. रिस्पांसिबिलिटी टीम सेलेक्टर्स एंड कैप्टन को देने का है कि भाई ये आपका है. सो आई थिंक दैट बैलेंस इज व्हाट स्ट्राइक्स द विनिंग कॉम्बिनेशन.
You're going to make a decision which will be wrong, or there's going to be a mistake in the field. For example, if Travis Head didn't take that catch of Rohit Sharma, maybe India win the World Cup, right? So there will be certain situations which is not in the captain's hand. The captain plays a huge role, and you have to give him credit. Like, at the same time, it's the people around him also. How do they work around him? How do they execute their skills? आप देखो कितने की बार जब Cummins bowling कर रहा, Maxwell चला रहा फील्ड को, कभी Steve Smith चला रहा फील्ड को. They have inputs over there, and same thing with India. Virat Kohli gets involved now. It's not only Rohit Sharma there. Virat Kohli is part of that leader group. मगर अब उन्हें अगर केएल राहुल का स्ट्राइक रेट 70 है, वो रोहित शर्मा कुछ नहीं कर सकता उसके बारे में. Even he's defined the role. He's told him मारो, मगर आके रबाडा अगर उसको पिन कर दिया, फिर
then you just have to accept it.
But it's about like going with how do you want to play, what style you want to play, what you think is the most successful, and sticking to that even if you lose.
Yeah, and everybody should be in sync. ऐसा नहीं है कि भाई अरे मैं ऐसा कर, like वो एक गेम प्लान जो है वो.
रोहित शर्मा वो वर्ल्ड कप में गलत शॉट खेला, आउट हो गया, but he shouldn't change that. Like he can still win with that style this World Cup.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. अगर आप रिस्पांसिबिलिटी जो है रोहित शर्मा की क्या है, घुस के मारना है, वो करा उन्हें. Like he is not done anything wrong. केएल राहुल इधर fourth, like he went into Babar Azam zone, right? Babar Azam zone में चले गया था उन्हें कि भाई मैं अगर आउट हो गया, पीछे कोई भी नहीं है. सूर्या कुमार तो भाई
उसमें अगर आप वो सिचुएशन देखो, like अगर आप केएल राहुल को, मैं डिफेंड तो नहीं कर रहा हूँ, लेकिन आप वो सिचुएशन देखो, वो सिचुएशन ऐसा आ गया था कि like the pitch was also dictating a style of play, but also around, like, you know, the way the other batters who were batting around him, whether it was Virat Kohli, Shreyas Iyer, everyone started to slow down, and yes, he also slowed down. But the same thing with KL Rahul, he should have played more aggressive. But if he lost his wicket like Rohit Sharma did, right, we wouldn't accept that either. So that is the thing with KL Rahul. That's why he was in a catch-22.
I think one thing India lacked in doing in the final also, what they did throughout World Cup में जो करे, rotating the strike. They added pressure by adding the ones and twos. जो आप देखो gaps में वो cut करके आप, you know, वो ones and twos आप utilize नहीं कर. Australia did very well in closing down that ones and twos. You see what usually Virat Kohli does, he converts ones to twos, adds pressure, build, lose ball मिलता, boundary मार. ये चीज नहीं करे अपन. And I think यही है. Sialkoti boy, thank you for joining us, says Rohit Sharma not good for T20. Virat Kohli is the best captain. I mean आप बोल सकते हैं बिल्कुल, रोहित शर्मा के stats speak for himself. And Virat Kohli best captain टेस्ट के दायरे में.
बेस्ट कैप्टन है टेस्ट में. T20 में अभी तक तो, like, you know, आप आरसीबी को भी देख लो, आप इंडिया को भी देख लो, he has energy, he has everything, but he really hasn't won anything, right, as T20 captain. But टेस्ट में
एक बात होती है मैच विनर होना, एक होती है कैप्टन मैच जिताना. So there are two different things. Like that's what I would say.
Again, look, I'm not only looking at the trophies कि भाई उन्हें कुछ नहीं जीता आरसीबी के लिए, आप स्टाइल भी देखो क्रिकेट का, राइट. अब जैसा उसकी टेस्ट में भी उन्हें क्या है, एक सीरीज जीता ऑस्ट्रेलिया में, दूसरा रहाणे was the captain. Like I'll be fair with you, it was Rahane was the captain. Virat Kohli's team, it was the way he wanted them to play. It was the aggression, जो faster bowlers थे, जो team selection थे, it was his type of players. So I give him credit for test cricket. मगर T20 में style इंडिया का like वही था. It wasn't like, you know, it was a bit cautious, and then bowling में आप एक दो गलतियां करते थे, pressure रहता था field पे. So I didn't really see them दिख के आना. Like New Zealand, for example, they haven't won T20 cricket, but I really appreciate their cricket. Like you didn't win a trophy, but I don't take that away from them. Ki they're a very good T20 side. I don't think India has been amazing T20 side. I think New Zealand has been better despite them both not winning much.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. And again we are talking about captains. Kane Williamson himself, like ऐसा जबरदस्त कैप्टन है, 3-4 फाइनल्स को ला लिया, ये कर लिया, वो कर लिया, but again he's not able to get over the line most of the time, right? And that's why because of his team, जो अपन पहले भी बात कर रहे थे, उसकी टीम, even in Mumbai we remember कितने लीग रन्स कर दिए श्रेयस अय्यर, जो केएल की जो पार्टनरशिप है, श्रेयस अय्यर जो मारा था सेमीफाइनल में. So I think again the team also has to back the captain. at times कैप्टन को भी उठाने की जरूरत रहती है. So it's just like आप गेम प्लान बना सकते हैं, but at the end of the team आप जब ग्राउंड में उतरते हैं, it's always 50-50. डिपेंड्स, जो लाइट मिस्टेक्स होते हैं उससे मैच का कोर्स डिक्टेट होगा.
भाई इंसान, कप्तान तो इंसान रहता, so he's not going to be 100% correct. आप
Yeah,
धोनी भी ले
exactly.
लो, आप पॉन्टिंग ले लो, even the best of captains, I will
Yeah.
point out
Ponting,
big tournaments where they failed because of their decisions, but they have to take those decisions and it just doesn't fit. As a
Yeah.
captain, there's always like a 60-40 thing, unless like he's losing everything, he's like he's doing something which is abnormal in his decision making, which we're not used to, and it's not working. Then okay, we can criticize, but like in terms of decision making, you're never going to get 100%. It's always going to be either 60-40, 40-60, 50-50. It's going to be that kind of ratio. आपको decision लेना पड़ता, मगर वो decision हर वक्त सही नहीं रहेगा.
वही है ना कि भाई risk takers बहुत कम रहते. That's the difference. Like why I feel Dhoni had the ability to take risks at time which other captains didn't. Maybe Virat Kohli would have been that captain who will take risks, but I don't know. उसको इतना लंबा वो मिला.
That's when even when he took a risk or he took a decision, MS Dhoni, right?
It'll backfire at some. Yeah.
Like IPL में भी आप देख लो, उन लोग they're the most successful with Mumbai Indians 5, मगर there are times they came last in the league also. So what does that show you? Captain तो वही था, but that shows you कि his risks or his decision making will not always lead him to glory. But that doesn't mean he's a bad captain. It's still, he's a very good captain. He knows how to, and it's how. Why do we remember MS Dhoni, bro? He Jinkhe Rahane, he made him into a beast. Robin Uthappa, he made him into a champion. Abhishivam Dubey ko, he's transformed him. We remember him for these things. We don't. It's not only just because I'll be really honest with you. For India, he's won 2 or 3 trophies, but he could have won much more. He could have done much better for India.
He could have won, but I think the point why Dhoni is so highly rated is he has got glory after a very long time, after 83.
Yeah, 100%. But also the way he's played his cricket and the way he's transformed,
executed.
वो प्लेयर को बनाया उन्हें, that's why he's also remembered. अब 2013 के बाद उन्होंने कुछ भी नहीं जीता मेरे हिसाब से अपार्ट फ्रॉम आईपीएल. बट
एशिया कप कब जीता था लास्ट? एशिया कप भी जीता हुआ है ना.
2018 में तो रोहित कैप्टन था जब maybe 2014 or something like that he would have
won Asia Cup. Yeah, he won Asia Cup.
That was 2008-10 I think. But yeah, like in between he didn't really. 2014 they lost the Asia Cup. Remember Shahid Afridi hit Ashwin for a 6.
They won the Asia Cup.
12 also. They
maybe 10 or 12, one of the two. You're right.
12, they didn't win 14. So he didn't win. Like that's what I'm saying. He didn't win all the time. In a serial winner nahi tha. But we still remember him. We still respect him as a high captain.
But वही है ना उसकी CV पे again why they give him the belt, because the CV that matters, right? Like you would still say कि हाँ मैं proof.
That's with anybody. अब मैं वही तो बोल रहा हूँ. That's my point. कि रोहित शर्मा भी वो CV बना सकता अगर उन्हें if he won the WTC or thing whatever he could have. Now if he wins the T20 World Cup, we'll still remember him. But that's the thing, right? Like it's about getting the fine things right, and it depends on the players also. Now Pat Cummins, if I ask you right now, is he better captain than MS Dhoni? It's a tough question. You won't know the answer. I don't know the answer. आपको सोचना पड़ेगा. अरे
I mean you will go into a longer debate because आप वो सोचेंगे कि team wise, फिर era wise, फिर ये wise, फिर वो wise, players को बनाया, बने players मिले. Travis
अगर उन्हें T20 World Cup जिता दिया Pat Cummins, फिर आपके पास फिर मेरे पास हर रीजन है कि he's better than Dhoni. फिर भी आप नहीं कर सकते because it's
अगर वही है criteria of a good captain क्या है, like that's the question. Like Ricky Ponting won 4 World Cups in a row, right? 3-4 World Cups in a row.
No, he won what 2003 and 2007. 99 I think it was somebody else was captain, right?
I think Steve Waugh. It was Steve Waugh, right?
Was captain, yeah.
So 2007 he won, 2003 he won, and at that time World Cup जीतना आम बात नहीं थी ना, because that was the most important thing. And in the eras where the Akrams and the Akhtars and the Tendulkars were there, so I mean why? But again, Ricky Ponting made this team. He made the whole team from scratch. Like he didn't get player Damian Martin, कितने लोगों को लेके साथ आया, गिलक्रिस्ट को साथ लाया, हाइडन को साथ. पैट कमिंस का टीम I don't know कितने लोग उसके already थे उधर. स्टीव स्मिथ वाला established player.
वो भी आप देखो उसमें भी बॉलिंग की टीम में स्टीव वॉ के काफी प्लेयर थे, राइट? मगरा ले लो, शेन वॉन ले लो, आप गिलक्रिस्ट ले लो, हेडन तो हेडन बाद में आया शायद, but apart from that इन लोग काफी जो even Hayden came in
I think 98 he was there, right? Yeah.
I don't that's not a problem, but उन्हें फिर भी चलाया उन लोगों को. Ricky Ponting got the best out of them and everything, and उन्हें चलाया. But वही है कि आपकी decision making सही हो सकती है, मगर पॉन्टिंग फिर 11 में हार गया था क्वार्टर फाइनल इंडिया से. ही वाज कैप्टन, तो उसकी डिसीजन मेकिंग सही नहीं थी. तो एंड ऑफ द डे वही है. अगर अब अभी रोहित शर्मा की हार्दिक पांड्या की बात करें, I think they can be successful, but it's at the same time, it's about everyone stepping up to this plate
Plate.
and performing or getting one match winner there, getting some luck on your side. You need some luck on
Yeah.
your side as well. One bad day and you're not a good captain anymore. That's what Rohit Sharma said. That's exactly what happened.
And that's what Rohit Sharma is a little successful for me. Like he's got to finals, right? He's got to World Cup final. He's got to WD. I know he's not able to get it over the edge, but that still is like Ganguly. Also, he was one of India's most successful captains, but he got only to one final,
Yeah,
right?
and
One
Ganguly,
one
I
World
rate
Cup.
him very highly. I think he's
Yeah,
India's best captain of all time. मगर उन्हें कुछ जीता नहीं, right? Apart from the Champions Trophy in 2002, I don't
two.
think he's
Yeah,
won. And then but
one
he's done.
final World Cup.
But he's the one who made India compete away from home. He's drawn 1-1 in England. Then he's
Mm.
drawn 1-1 in Australia, jaake against the big
2004, right?
these Gilchrist, Hayden, all these guys against these big guys. He's made India the NatWest final when we didn't expect them to win. So, and he's made players also like KF, Yuvraj Singh, these guys.
Mm.
And he's handled the likes of Sachin, Dravid, all that. So I rate him very highly. But why do I rate him? Why do I remember him? Because of the style of cricket India played. We remember that 2003 and everything like that. So and of course 2023, you will remember how India played cricket. They played aggressive cricket. The
बिल्कुल,
bowling.
yeah.
आप
At
याद
the end of the day, just like आप रेट कैसा करते कैप्टन को ट्रॉफी के बेसिस पे करते, मेंटालिटी के बेसिस पे करते, बहुत से तरीके देखने को, but like I think why for me at least Dhoni, because of what he did to Indian cricket, he got trophy, got glory. Plus, he used to take out matches as a captain. Also, he used to finish off innings.
Yeah.
In
Which is fair enough.
critical
Which
times.
is fair enough, and that's why we're going to rate Pat Cummins. But at end of the day, it's still a very fine margin because he still lost a lot as well, and so will Pat Cummins. So that is
Yeah.
where it becomes a very fine margin of winning, and that's why captaincy is very difficult because you're judged on results, you're judged on trophy. मगर कभी-कभी आपके फेवर में नहीं आती चीज, तो आप क्या करेंगे, right? Like अब अगर केन विलियमसन वो T20 वर्ल्ड कप जिता दिया था फाइनल अगेंस्ट ऑस्ट्रेलिया, तो then we would rate him so highly. But right now we're talking about Aaron Finch, we're talking about the Pat Cummins. तो वही तो है बात, like it's about those fine margins, but it's those,
and funny thing, like people will talk about Babar Azam and his captaincy, but again, Babar Azam,
he
if
was
you look
so
at
close,
it,
right?
yeah, he was so close always, right? And
He was
look
close.
at Rohit Sharma here with this team, he didn't win anything, and Babar with that team, like almost got close. So it's like,
He got the same. He
kaisa?
got a final of a
Yeah,
T20, right? Like
yeah.
and semi-final.
I mean,
He's
it's so evident to see Babar's mistakes in the field and stuff, what placements he does and how he rotates his bowler. I think that was a big problem for him, but he wasn't a bad captain, I would say.
that
He
is
was
cricket. आपको you will see that in every captain.
everything.
They will make
Yeah,
mistakes like that.
yeah,
आप देखो
yeah.
क्रिकेट में रोहित शर्मा की कप्तानी में आपको मैं जो गौर से देख रहा था, it was amazing, right? Like his decision making.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
still got decisions wrong. That was
The
my
last
point.
one, only the last match when it mattered, he got it wrong.
He still got it wrong. He still got decisions wrong in that World Cup, and in the end, yes, it was that one match where he got it wrong. But that's what I'm saying. So it's just like that. Like otherwise, his
It is.
captaincy was very good. Like तो
Yeah.
बात वही है. But अब देखेंगे क्या होता है. Like you said, this is the last T20 World Cup T20 match.
T20 before, yeah.
Actually, the last time we see Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma play a T20 international in India, it's a very big call that I'm taking, but I'm assuming this might be the last time we'll see them
In
play
India,
in India. And,
Yeah, I think you're right. I think after this they won't play T20s. It's like hard because you can't wait another 2 years. I mean, Virat Kohli might still be there, but Rohit Sharma, it's like harder for him.
because that World Cup is in India. Maybe his last for it. Like there's a slight
Exactly.
chance. रोहित का तो नहीं है, मुश्किल है. तो ये लास्ट रहेगा, फिर उसके बाद आपको तैयारी करना पड़ेगा T20 वर्ल्ड कप का. इंडिया will of course
Champions Trophy है फिर पाकिस्तान में अगले साल, तो that's also going to be important for them.
now. But going into this World Cup, you're not. Are you as confident as you are going into the 2023 World Cup?
Like you say, immense talent दिख रहा है, but अब क्या है, वो वर्ल्ड कप जब आपके घर में रहता है और आप इतना जबरदस्त खेल के हारते, अब जरा यकीन थोड़ा इतना ड्रॉप हुआ मेरा. Not like I don't see them lifting the trophy, but
Also format आपका अलग है.
फॉर्मेट अलग है. आप देखे पास में आप एक कॉशियस जोन में चले आते हैं, आप ऐसा क्रिकेट खेलने लगते हैं कि आप डर के सहम के खेल रहे. You don't see Surya Kumar coming out and smash like it does in the IPL. You don't see like taking decisions taken like in a spur of the moment. जैसा स्पिनर का प्रॉब्लम था इंग्लैंड में, वहां पे अपन स्पिनर ले लिए. So there are a lot of things, but India is always going to be a challenging side, and we know that India at any given day can win it. But I know it's hard to say, but I back Pakistan more if they play more positive cricket, they can be a very big problem.
And Pakistan in ICC tournaments, there are different beasts, especially T20 World Cups. Mein, there are different kettle of fish. They can lose all the bilaterals now, फिर जाके उन लोग शॉक कर सकते हैं. एंड अब वो भी देखना पड़ेगा. हमारे पास सरप्राइज फैक्टर यही रहेगा कि अमेरिका में पिचेस कैसे रहेंगे, वो कैसा रहेगा.
Exactly, वही है ना.
But we're assuming still, despite everything, we'll take everything out of the equation that India Pakistan will qualify. Then the focus shifts to the West Indies.
And
then,
one more team that I'm giving an outside shot now because obviously it's too early probably, but SA T20 के बाद से ऐसे South Africa will be very strong because of
100%.
the display action on display we're seeing right now and the quality. Tristan Stubbs, he's smashing it. Markram is a good leader. Klaasen, we know what he's able to do. So like if they get their proper squad, they can win it, man. Like that could probably be the first time they'll win it.
Yeah, it's just they have to get that mentality right again. That's South Africa, right?
Yeah.
तो
And
यही
credit to them, जो 2023 के World Cup में खेल रहे हैं, like you didn't see them anywhere in the group stage. Like, you were the only one I know who said कि भाई semi-finals में outside shot दे रहे थे आप. But I don't know if inside you actually believe that or not. But मेरे को तो नहीं था रे light खेलना बोल के था. But
I
when
believe
they-
it every single time because they have the talent. Like उन लोग के पास
Yeah.
अगर आप देखो उन लोग के पास talent है और क्या talent के साथ aggressive approach है. उन लोग मार के खेलते and bowling अच्छी है. जब आपकी bowling अच्छी रहती है, it always helps you
Yeah.
go further in a tournament. And they were unlucky that they were like 20 runs short in that game.
Yeah,
If they got
शमसी बस पलटा दिया था शमसी गेम
they
को.
got 20 runs in that semi-final because me, I'll tell you, like I rate Rabada as the best bowler in the world, and not many people. There are some people who do, maybe not everyone does. So if I rate Rabada that high, I rate Markram as a high-class batter. I rate Quinton de Kock as the best wicket-keeping batsman in the world. So if I'm rating all these, then I believe that they can do really well. But the problem with them is execution, and that's where they always get screwed, like in execution. But I think they executed really well this time around. And you can see how it was high risk. अगर आप देखें उन लोग जो start करे 400 मार दिए. There was one game against England where they're 200 for 5. They could have easily been 260 all out. But what happened? They went in with 400 or like 380, 390 because of Klaasen and Janssen. They put on a stand of 150, 160.
Yeah.
The execution was bang on in this World Cup. They have the talent, they have the players, but it can really go. They lost to Netherlands both times. If you ask me, I said there's no way they should lose to Netherlands, but they lost, right? They got knocked out of.
That was more psychological from the past है एकदम से इनको हराना.
अगर नॉकिए भी अगर आ गया रबाडा नॉकिए कोटसे यानसेन बॉलिंग बहुत तगड़ी है एंड अगेन आई बैक देम इफ दे हैव दैट टीम. लेकिन वही है उनका एग्जीक्यूशन नहीं रहता. लाइक वही ऑस्ट्रेलिया आई फेल्ट प्लेड वेरी बैड क्रिकेट.
In the beginning. Yeah.
Against Afghanistan, they got lucky against Sri Lanka. They came back in that game and then they just won it. They just had that mentality. But I think South Africa played better cricket than Australia in this World Cup. Yeah, it didn't work out. Like New Zealand also played better.
Yeah, one of the teams that was like shocking was England because England का expectation इतना था, but England अगर perform करती तो it would have been a much more tougher competition overall.
वो भी आप देखो कितने रन शॉट था उन्हें. कौन था वो नीशम था या कौन मारा था ऑस्ट्रेलिया के खिलाफ जो like 380 390 चेस कर रहे थे. वो मैच भी ऑस्ट्रेलिया हार सकती थी. There was 3-4 games that Australia never convinced me until their best performance was in the final. And that's what winners do, man.
I can't forget that because Vittori रात के 8 बजे आके pitch देखा था in front of me. He just came at 8 o'clock. People are like shocked that यहाँ कहीं को है अभी. Because Australia trained at 12 o'clock in the morning and they left 2 o'clock चले गए थे. हो गया end of it. But ने आके due check करा, वो check करा. He said and then he went back in a car separately with because their whole staff, like 2 or 3 members of their staff, were in the ground throughout the time. Like they were working or doing something. But उसके बाद उन्हें आया चेक करा गया गेम प्लान बना दिए हो गया. Hopefully like Mr. Vittori like now our coach in Sunrisers, so hopefully he does something like that, right?
अब देखो वेस्ट इंडीज में उन लोगों को टॉप 4 में रखूंगा. ठीक है जब आएगा टाइम I'll put them unless there's a major injury or something. If they keep this team, if Andre Russell is also there and they have Puran and these guys, I'll put them top. But वही होता either they'll go on to win it or they'll get knocked out. It can happen because they have the players and everything, but the way they play, the high risks that they play, it can go either way. So I think that if they make it to the semis, then they're winning the thing. But if they don't make it to the semis, they can get knocked out early also. We don't know whenever they can get knocked out. And they're playing
it's like half. But I still think that they'll be exciting to see because after the World Cup eliminator जो eliminate हो गए थे World Cup के qualification को वो बहुत बुरा लग गया था हमको. And then the board and their issue. I think they have a point to prove. And like if Puran gets started, man, then it's going to be fun to see.
Yeah, exactly. Puran है वहाँ पे आपके
Myers है.
मायर्स है, हेट मायर है, और कौन लाइक आंड्रे रसल है, these guys अगर उन लोग मारना शुरू करे तो उन लोग नहीं रुकते. They
Yeah.
keep smacking it, and if they're informed, these players, then you have the bowling, Holder, Joseph, these guys, if they can
हाँ,
trap, वो उन्हें मोटी जो स्पिनर है उन्हें भी अगर अच्छा डाल दिया,
लुकेश
they
लुकेश
have a chance. Why not? Like because I like these kind of teams who play high risk cricket. That doesn't mean they
Yeah.
will make the top four. I'm putting them just for the style of cricket. That doesn't mean they will make the top four, but they have a chance to win it. Like I would give them a chance. Afghanistan also has a chance. Like this, you can't count them out too. Hello, भाई लोग बोल रहे शेन भाई कैसे हैं आप?
Hello, sir.
खैरियत से, कैसी तबीयत? Hope you're going to looking forward to tomorrow's action packed. बहुत cricket है कल.
Afghanistan का भी आप बोले so Noor Ahmed I think will be the most crucial in that in those
I
games
hope
because
they
if it's
play.
sticking and coming, right, then it'll be hard to get him because उन्हें तेज डालता रुक के अगर उसकी बॉल आई आपको मालूम नहीं होगा कि कहीं कब बॉल आएगा कब एक स्लिप बॉल के घुस सकता राइट लाइक जडेजा
Yeah. और उन्हें और राशिद अगर लग गए एक दोनों एंड से फिर
Yeah.
बैट्समैन को बहुत तकलीफ हो
बिल्कुल
सकती.
या
दोनों को भी
राशिद खान तो
और
भाई
जिस तरीके से उनकी बैटिंग भी इंप्रूव हो गई मेरे हिसाब से. ठीक है, इंडिया के अगेंस्ट दे डिडंट रियली प्ले टू दैट स्टैचर, बट आल्सो दे डिडंट हैव राशिद, दे डिडंट हैव अ कपल ऑफ प्लेयर्स. If they have their full team, they also have that opportunity, and that's why T20 क्रिकेट में आप ज्यादा टीम्स को इन्वॉल्व करते, ज्यादा लोगों को आप वो करते हैं. पाकिस्तान की प्लेइंग इलेवन में कोई चेंजेस देखना चाहेंगे आप? चेंजेस तो हो गए भैया. तो ये एक चेंज ये कि उसामा मीर is out and Nawaz has come in, and the other change is Wasim Junior comes in for Amir Jamal. I think
आमिर
those.
जमान
I don't know if there's any other changes. I
that's
want
what
to
I
see the Hasibullah guy, man. I heard a lot about him. मेरे को उसको
yeah
देखना है.
Nitin bhai also wanted to see Hasibullah
हसीबुल्लाह है, और क्या है साहब शायद फरहान.
Farhan yeah
उसको देखा, मैं उसको देख चुका हूँ, but I want to see him on this level.
but
But
it'll
it's
be fun Wasim Junior was good towards the end of the tournament World Cup में initially बहुत
very good in bowling. वो अच्छी
yeah
bowling कर रहा है.
pace अच्छी है temperament अच्छा है just need to develop a bit more variation I think that's like movement ये वो थोड़ा I mean over time he'll be much better batting कर सकता he can bat as well we saw him in the emerging cup as well श्रीलंका में अच्छा खासा batting करा था but yeah पाकिस्तान का ये है interesting prospects काफी है ऐसा देखने को मिले ना आजम खान I have a feeling banger रहेगा उसका he's going to smash it
I think लोग को वहाँ पे first they need to the management needs to get tactically right. उसको जब वो टाइम पे जब इफ्तिखार को भेजे थे, जब आजम खान को भेजना था बिकॉज सोदी डाल रहा था. ही इज एक्सीलेंट अगेंस्ट स्पिनर्स. आप वो मैचअप देखो बिकॉज आई अंडरस्टैंड कि डेटा इज नॉट एवरीथिंग दिस एंड दैट, बट डेटा डज स्पीक सम ट्रूथ मैन. देयर इज सम फैक्चुअल स्टफ देयर. इट इज फैक्चुअल. So over there, I think okay, it won't work all the time, but I think 7 out of 10 times it works. If you put him against the spinners, he will smash them out of the park. आप उसको faster bowlers, I'm not saying it's a very bad weakness. He's improved on it, but he is weaker against the fast bowlers relatively. And Iftikhar plays the fast bowling good, so I think आप उसको आजम को जब spinner on है उसको आप भेजो वहाँ पे, and that's where the management needs to get involved. Whether the Shaheen Shah Afridi or I don't know if Hafiz gets involved in these decisions, जो भी ले रहा decision बैटिंग ऑर्डर में, आप वो फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी रखें कि भैया कि जब इसका स्ट्रेंथ है उसको जब भी जाओ. डोंट सेंड हिम व्हेन थिंग्स स्पेशली
बिकॉज़ उन्हें भी मेंटली कंफर्टेबल रहेगा एज ही कम्स इन एटलीस्ट. सो एडजस्टमेंट करने में टाइम नहीं लगेगा. इवन अगर आपको एक दो बाउंड्रीज मिल जाता है अगेंस्ट द स्पिनर, हां अगर स्पिनर्स का एक आध दो बाउंड्री पड़े, फास्ट बॉलर भी रिलेटिवली आप माइंड में सोचते कि भाई दो बाउंड्रीज हो गए, कॉन्फिडेंस बढ़ता. तो आई थिंक दैट्स समथिंग दैट ही कैन लुक इनटू. मिडिल ऑर्डर में चेंज करना था. सारे ओपनर खेल रहे हैं, प्रॉपर मिडिल ऑर्डर बैट्समैन नहीं खेल रहा जो इनिंग्स को पेस कर सकते हैं. आई मीन वही बात है कि चाचू इज देयर. आई थिंक चाचू इज अ गुड मिडिल ऑर्डर बैट्समैन जो पेस कर सकते हैं. आजम खान आल्सो maybe not middle order.
बाबर ही पेस नहीं कर रहा बराबर. अगर आप देखें,
but I think second में अच्छा खेला बाबर. I think in second he was a little bit better than the first match.
Bro, first in the beginning, yes. Then what happened? He slowed down again. आप देखो उसकी इनिंग जाके उठा के देख लो. You find again like there is फखर. आप देखो, the only problem is that he didn't finish, but his strike he played 5-6 dot ball, then he smashed it. He hit 20 balls, 50 मार दिया था उन्हें, and he was flying. So he is adjusted in the middle order. Babar is already, he's getting the runs, he's getting everything.
दो लोग हैं 10-15 भी मार लेते तो probably फर्क पड़ जाता. रिजवान एंड
आपको पेस सेट करना. अब भाई वो टाइम पे फखर मार रहा था, आप ही स्लो डाउन हो गए. क्यों स्लो डाउन हो गए जब आप भी मार रहे थे? खेलते रहो. मैं यही तो बोल रहा हूँ. आप you have to target it, and when the chase is in your hands, you need to learn how to take your team across the line, because you had the game, man. And I rate him very highly as a batter, तो उसको पेस करना पड़ेगा more than anything.
But yeah, अच्छा तो था. I mean, and ऊपर से आया, it's like more like he played a top order innings because Saim Ayub और रिजवान तो चले गए थे बहुत जल्दी. But Rizwan, yeah, again because of the vice captaincy उनको drop तो नहीं करेंगे यार, which it makes life a little bit
अब
that
उन्हें
for.
2-3 छक्के भी मार दिया उसमें तो
हम्म.
भाई मैं मार रहा हूँ कि क्यों ड्रॉप कर रहे हैं उसमें।
Yeah, तो I mean देखना पड़ेगा आजम खान अगर कल परफॉर्म करा then it will again be a little bit interesting कि भाई will Rizwan be one of those captains who say I don't think anyone will sit down vice captain wise like no one likes to sit down obviously but देखेंगे I mean कैसा होता but
कल तो
Pakistan really
होगी टीम
probably
तो वो तो रेडी
हाँ
है तो खेल रहा
yeah.
unless there's injury it's going to be that 11।
Yeah, Shine की भी थोड़ी pace improve होना like 135.7 is like now what he's bowling normally like it's
कैसा
nothing more
improve?
than he needs to do something I mean what he was doing in the past 140 तो मार रहा
प्रॉब्लम
था
क्या है, प्रॉब्लम ये है कि उसको बहुत जल्दी लेके आगे वापस जब इंजरी हुई थी याद है T20 वर्ल्ड कप में लास्ट लेके आए थे, बहुत ज्यादा फास्ट ट्रैक कर दिया, उसकी रिहैबिलिटेशन बराबर हुई नहीं। प्रॉब्लम ये है अगर आप
अब फिर एज अ बॉलर फिर आप खुद वो रियलाइज करके बोलना कि भाई मैं बढ़ जाता हूँ बट लाइक वो भी नहीं करना चाह रहे कैप्टनसी
सही बात है।
में मतलब भाई टीम पाकिस्तान टीम में जब सूर्या रिंकू दुबे जैसे मिडिल ऑर्डर बैट्समैन नहीं होंगे तो बाबर भी क्या ही कर लेगा।
मगर वही तो है, आप हमारे को ये सोचना बंद करना पड़ेगा कि मिडिल ऑर्डर में नहीं है बैटर, खेल लेंगे उन लोग, मगर आप भी अपने तरीके से खेलो। लाइक यू नो मैं देखा कितने की बार लास्ट T20 वर्ल्ड कप देखो, मोहम्मद हारिस आके मारा, इफ्तिखार आके मारा, दे हैव प्लेयर्स हु कैन कम एंड डू द जॉब और एंड दे बैट डीप, यू डोंट नीड समबडी टू स्टे। बाबर इज द गाय हु हैज टू स्टे, एवरीवन एल्स विल बैट अराउंड हिम एंड दे विल हिट, दे विल हैव पीपल टेकिंग ऑफ द प्रेशर। मगर उसको आप देखो विराट कोहली जब रहता है ऐसा सिचुएशन में, अभी आप रिंकू इन लोग के नाम ले रहे, एक टाइम पे नहीं थे प्लेयर, उन्हें खुद अकेले खड़े रह के बैटिंग करता था विराट कोहली, तो आपको वो करना पड़ता है एंड देन आप उन लोग को लेके चलना पड़ता। एंड ऐसा नहीं है कि आजम नहीं घुमा सकता बैट, ऐसा नहीं है कि इफ्तिखार नहीं घुमा सकता, मगर आपकी भी बैटिंग देखना पड़ेगा, आपको बराबर पेस करना पड़ेगा। वो मेरा रीजनिंग
आई थिंक सबसे बड़ा वही है ना 82 जो मारे थे मेलबर्न में, इट वाज नो वन वाज सर्वाइविंग विद विराट कोहली राइट। विराट कोहली फिर भी अपना बैट
जो
गिराते
सर्वाइव
जा
कर
रहा
रहा
था।
था उसको बैटिंग नहीं
हार्दिक
लग रहा,
पांड्या पे तो डर हो रहा था कि अब तब पे था हार्दिक पांड्या राइट, ही
वो
वाज द
खपा दिया था मैच।
या उन्हें तो तपा दिया था सबको। बट लाइक द पॉइंट वही है कि भाई इवन इन दैट मैच फर्स्ट इनिंग्स में अगर आप याद रखो इफ्तिखार आके वापस ही लाया था पाकिस्तान को राइट, ही वाज स्मैशिंग।
एग्जैक्टली 2-3
सो
छक्के मारे थे उन्होंने।
आई मीन मैं शेन भाई का पॉइंट समझ रहा हूँ वेर इज सेइंग कि भाई बाबर इज दैट काइंड ऑफ बैट्समैन दैट ही नीड्स समवन एल्स आल्सो फ्रॉम द अदर एंड टू रिलीज प्रेशर लाइक अ रिंकू सूर्या दुबे। कॉन्फिडेंस मिलता बैट्समैन को कि अब मैं भी मेरा बैट फिराऊं।
नहीं,
अगर मैं मेरा बैट
फखर नहीं फिरा रहा
फखर
था।
आउट हो गया, बाद फखर आउट हो गया था ना, जब तक तो ठीक चल रहा था।
आउट कब हुआ? आउट जब ऑलरेडी गेम आपके हाथ में था, जब आउट हुआ। फिर आप
हाँ
लाइक ऐसा नहीं है कि आपका रिक्वायर्ड 20 रन
फिर क्या हुआ, चाचू आए चाचू चले गए, आजम आया आलम चले गया।
वो तो होने वाला है, मगर वो तो होने वाले, बट दे हैव बैटर्स, दे हैव पीपल टू कीप बैटिंग। मगर
तो अब वही है कि इन Babar's mind he needs to be more confident on the other people and himself first कि भाई मैं फिनिश करना है। मैं तो अगर 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 ऑपोजिशन नहीं मार रहा, लेट्स से अगर मेरे साथ मुस्तफा बैटिंग करे मैं नहीं मार रहा, मुस्तफा himself needs to smash it and give me confidence वैसा है।
मगर प्रॉब्लम कहाँ हुआ मैं आपको बता दूं, मेरे हिसाब से, मैं गलत हो सकता हूँ, ये मेरा ओपिनियन है, मगर मेरे हिसाब से बाबर मार रहा था पहले 10 बॉल, ठीक है। उसके बाद जब फखर मारना शुरू करा, जब उन्हें खामोश हो गया, तब नहीं होना चाहिए, तब आप मैच खत्म कर सकते थे। इवन इफ फखर गॉट आउट यू वुड हैव बीन क्लोज टू विक्ट्री। व्हाट हैपेंड, यू स्लोड डाउन, then when Fakhar got out at that time the required was 12-13 or whatever because only Fakhar was hitting, he wasn't hitting। आप प्रॉब्लम में आ गए, then आप भी लाइक अरे कोई भी नहीं रुक रहा।
अब वही है ना,
मेरे को एक बात बताओ, आजम आउट हो गया, इफ्तिखार आउट हो गया, शाहीन आके नहीं मारा, मारा राइट, दो छक्के
22
उन्हें लेके आया क्लोज गेम को। तो अगर बाबर ठहर गया उसके साथ मैच खत्म हो जाता था।
But interesting thing जो दिख रही है, he's getting closer to that thing. I think he's just getting closer. एक आध मैच अगर वो फिनिश कर गया ना, इंशाल्लाह मिलेगा बाबर को।
वही तो बोल रहा हूँ, बिकॉज मैं बहुत रेट हाईली करता हूँ बाबर को। आई थिंक
आप याद रखो न्यूजीलैंड के मैच में पाकिस्तान न्यूजीलैंड ओडीआई, वो जब मार रहा था सब बोले स्टैट पैडिंग कर रहा है, एंड देन वो हार गया। देन ही सेड देखो ये बंदे से चेसिंग नहीं होता। जब 94 या 100 कुछ मार, लाइक इन जनवरी 2023 वो जब उनका फरवरी 2023 वन ऑफ द टू, देयर वाज अ मैच बाबर पुल्ड इट बैक फॉर पाकिस्तान एंड ऑलमोस्ट टुक देम, बट ही जस्ट couldn't finish it and he got out. And then everybody started criticizing. I think it's just
he
one
has to take it across the line, that's the only thing।
फॉर्मूला समझना है कि भाई ऐसी चेस होती, और then hopefully उसकी mentality change होगी।
और आप उसका इंटेंट देखो फैज, उसका टैलेंट देखो, he needs to play with more intent, he has the shots, he has the talent, उन्हें डर के खेलता। आप
बहुत
वर्ल्ड कप
टैलेंट है
में
यार।
देखो, वर्ल्ड कप में उन्हें 150 फॉर 2 थे। जब बोल रहे हैं आप, मेरे को नहीं बोल सकते कि भैया कि नहीं बैटिंग नहीं है इसलिए टिक गया, वो नहीं बोल सकते आप। लोग कोलैप्स हुए, मगर कोलैप्स इन्हीं शुरू करा है। मैं सही बात बोल रहा हूँ, कोलैप्स इन्हीं शुरू करा है, बिकॉज इन्हें बैठ गया था पिच पे। तो वही
तो
तो
फिर
बात
अब
है।
ये दो चीज लाए ना मुस्तफा, लाइक उसमें या तो जो आपके सराउंडिंग में लोग हैं वो जाके कोच को बोले भाई इन्हें ऐसा दम कर दे रहा, राइट? फर्स्ट थिंग। सेकंड थिंग, आप आज आज बाबर आजम आप सोचना कि भाई अब बहुत हो गया, एक फॉर्मेट एक तरीके में खेलना, मैं ये ऐसा तरीका, लाइक आई ट्राई दिस वे एंड स्टार्ट playing like this rather than me wasting
Yeah.
time in
And look,
calling.
he doesn't need to hit every ball, but just finish the game, stay there till the end. In the last two games, even despite his strike rate, he could have still finished the game. Why didn't he finish it? Why did he get out? That is my question. And I hope that he changes that, because I rate him very highly. I think he's a class batsman. He has one of the best cover drives in the world. वो सब ठीक है,
वो क्या
लेकिन
मारा
जब
था
तक
लास्ट
आप
मैच में
मैच
भी।
नहीं जिताएंगे, फिर आपको वो पेडेस्टल पे नहीं रख सकते, राइट? लाइक एज अ मैच
नहीं
विनर
बिल्कुल नहीं, अभी तो रख भी नहीं सकते उसको पेडेस्टल पे,
आप पहले
बिकॉज लाइक
ब्लेम करते थे कि मिडिल ऑर्डर नहीं है। अभी आप बोल रहे हैं, अब उन्हें खुद मिडिल ऑर्डर में आप बोल रहे हैं कि लोअर मिडिल ऑर्डर नहीं है। अब कब तक आप दूसरों को ब्लेम करें? आप अपने हाथ में लेके आओ। साइम अयूब उन्हें आके छक्के उड़ा रहा, आपको
वो
स्टार्ट
हो
दे
क्या
रहा,
मारा।
लाइक जो भी है। रिजवान कभी नहीं चलता, कभी चलता, फखर मार रहा। तो आप भी लाइक चलाओ बैट को, जिताओ मैच। ऐसा नहीं है कोई कंट्रीब्यूट नहीं कर रहे, कंट्रीब्यूट कर रहे हैं लोग। उसमें भी चाचू मार रहा था, राइट? पहले T20 में, ठीक है, उन्हें उसकी गलती थी। I understand that, but even it's Babar at some has to take some responsibility.
कल मजा तो आएगा देखने, अगर मैच कल 5:30 सुबह है, आई मीन होगा आपके इधर टाइम में और जल्दी है 3 बजे आपके टाइम में, तो
Yes.
इट्स गोना बी हार्ड टू वॉच। पाकिस्तान ऑफ comfort teacher Nawaz Zaman is also back. Okay, Abbas Afridi is also injured.
Imran Khan, that's the third change.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Zaman Khan मजा आएगा. I like watching this guy play. Zaman Khan
Good.
is a good bowler to watch. Dead over
Bowling इन लोग
particularly.
बड़ी ज्यादा strong दिख रही है मैच में, तो hopefully
Yeah.
they can save a few runs more and with the bat just finish it off. Let's see if they bat first, because they've chased twice and they've lost. I still feel you can chase, but let's see how they go about it. But their bowling has certainly strengthened in terms of their fast bowling.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, Zaman adds a lot of value in terms of saving runs, at least, rather than leaking. At least what we've seen till now, he doesn't leak a lot of runs. Wicket to wicket line length अच्छी रहती है इसकी, but it's just के matter of time. उसको भी आप देखो भाई, अब ये ना एक अच्छा मैच नहीं खेला, 2 अच्छा हकाल के बिठा देते उसको। एशिया कप में अच्छा खेला, वर्ल्ड कप में खिलाना था उसको, बट आप हारिस शाहीन और कौन था यार उसके साथ, एक और तो, हाँ वो वसीम जूनियर था। आई थिंक जमान को ले सकते थे आप, बट अगेन you can't say much. नवाज को खिलाए ज्यादा, नवाज कुछ नहीं करा बेचारा। In situation even where Nawaz should have performed well, he didn't. Wicket to जडेजा अच्छा डाला कोलकाता में, नवाज कुछ नहीं कर सका, so that's like shocking. But they look stronger, like with the changes they look better as a squad. अब वही इसमें नसीम को मिक्स में ऐड करे तो it'll be much more stronger the team.
नसीम को makes it much stronger 100%। और यहाँ पे 4 ओवर का मैच है, तो 10-10 डालना नहीं है, तो I think even like Haris and these guys will be much better, because he was poor in the 50 over.
Yeah,
But
I mean to be fair, Haris Haruf has got like क्या 4-5 विकेट ले चुका है ऑलरेडी सीरीज में।
yeah, in T20 cricket he's like much better, so I think they'll prefer this format, the bowlers in particular, and they can keep adding that pressure on the opposition. तो देखेंगे कल, मेरे हिसाब से कल इंडिया जीत जाएंगी, पाकिस्तान जीतेगी, 2-1 कर देंगे, और ऑस्ट्रेलिया विल गेट ऑफ टू अ फ्लायर इन द टेस्ट मैच।
या शेन भाई पूछ रहा है जमाल इंजर्ड है क्या? जो उसको बाहर किया है उसकी परफॉर्मेंस तो अच्छी थी, आई मीन बॉल के साथ थोड़ी क्वेश्चनेबल थी, राइट? लाइक बॉलिंग में काफी रन्स लीक करे उन्होंने, बैटिंग भी ठीक ठीक का, मतलब ही परफॉर्म डिसेंट, नॉट
रन्स तो लीक करा उन्हें, बट अब वही है कि
Yeah.
मेरे हिसाब से वो थोड़ा नजरअंदाज कर देना पड़ता, बिकॉज बैटिंग विकेट थी एंड एवरीथिंग लाइक दैट। बट हाँ, लाइक ही वाज अ बिट एक्सपेंसिव, मे बी दैट्स व्हाई, बट आई थिंक ही इज अ क्लास प्लेयर, मैन। आमिर जमाल, ही इज लाइक क्लास इन द सेंस दैट ही इज यूनिक, he can smash it, he can bowl at a good clip also. He is something that they need to hone this kind of talent and like keep developing it. I think he's a really really good player.
Yeah, I think even his attitude जो है it's good, that he tries to क्या बोलते हैं रिस्क ले सकता, लेता उन्हें, right? He's confident in his ability, which shows. And yeah, I mean रख सकते थे, but again 5 मैचेस है ना, तो अभी 2 तो खिला दिए, 3 में रोटेट करना जरूरी भी है। अभी कल वर्ल्ड कप तक करीब है एंड स्टफ लाइक दैट, फिर इंग्लैंड की एक अलग स्क्वाड बनेगी जब इंग्लैंड के T20s रहेंगे, सो आई मीन देयर इज इनफ टाइम, बट आल्सो उन्हें कंसिस्टेंटली ऑस्ट्रेलिया से खेलते आ रहा, सो आई थिंक उसके हिसाब से भी इट्स गुड भाई रेस्ट तो कर दे भाई. ऐसे have added South Africa have added opening batsman Eddie Moore to their test squad for the series against New Zealand as a replacement for Tony Dizordi who got signed to Durban Super Giants. अच्छा, Dizordi भी अच्छा था यार, like he was good to see against India.
He played really well in all formats, so I'm not
Yeah,
surprised he got SC T20 contract.
yeah, I mean,
SC T20, and I'm watching it. It's been good so far. I've enjoyed it.
yeah, it's been good fun to see. वही है क्या, अब कल तो मेरे को लग रहा है, I think कल बड़े बच्चे मारेंगे, रोहित शर्मा, विराट कोहली will smash it tomorrow.
Yeah, let's see. It's a Chinnaswamy. The atmosphere will be electric. I'm sure it'll be full. Hopefully, the stadium and Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma. I hope they bat together also at some point in the game and take it home for India. So let's see how it goes. I want to see a good performance from Afghanistan also. I think it's been okay, and I understand Rashid's not been there, but I hope they also put up a fight in tomorrow's game.
Yeah, I think
But yeah.
Gulbadin was good the last day. Like the last game, he was very
Oh,
good.
that guy out of nowhere, he came. What he batted
Yeah.
1,000. This guy is like a number 7 batsman from nowhere.
Hmm.
Why they also have backup all rounders, man. We don't have.
Yeah,
We
करीम
should.
जन्नत भी अच्छा था, बैटिंग करा करीम जन्नत, और also good to see. But again वही है ना, गुरबाज की डिपेंडेंसी फिर दिख के आ रही थोड़ी, you know, like अरे गुरबाज शुरुआत नहीं करा तो मुश्किल दिख रहा थोड़ा बहुत.
लेकिन कैप्टन भी था एक टाइम पे, मेरे को याद है. भाई हम
Yeah.
लोग के हर टीम में ऑलराउंडर्स है हमारे पास. इतना
आ
मर
रहा
मर
है,
जाए.
शिवम दुबे आ गया अपने पास. शिवम दुबे है अपने पास, तिलक वर्मा है. बट अगर बॉलिंग, फास्ट बॉलिंग ऑलराउंडर्स तो नहीं है, बट मीडियम पेस एटलीस्ट, सिवाय हार्दिक के. Which again शिवम दुबे है तो मुमकिन है. But yeah, I think I pretty much wrapped it up. कल 3 मैचेस है back to back, और आज I think एक और ऐसे T20 का मैच है 9 बजे, right, if I'm not wrong.
बस चल
There's
रहा.
another game. अफगानिस्तान कल बैट सेकंड करना चाहिए, तभी मैच में मजा आएगा. Yeah, I think
Sunrisers versus Mumbai, Cape Town.
Sunrisers Eastern Cape. What's my Shin by saying Afghanistan should bat tomorrow second. It'll be fun otherwise.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Yeah, देखते हैं कल क्या होता है. But everybody else, thank you for joining us. Chain by Ibrahim by, you know, शुरू में सागर भाई भी आए थे, सियालकोट बोई. All of you guys, thank you so much for joining us. Like, subscribe, share करते रहिए. And क्या कल फिर, you know, matches है तो देख के हम आपके साथ जुड़ेंगे. Till then, everybody take care and have a nice day. Bye bye everybody.